Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm going to be a third year pharmacy student here at WVU. I am also enrolled in the MBA program. My 20 for 20 presentation is going to be on Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans is a mobile video game that I've been playing for about 6 years on and off from high school to now. So, a little bit of the history and background on Clash of Clans. It was released August 2nd, 2012, so it's been around for almost 8 years. It's a free mobile strategy game, and it is the most successful app in history, and it's grossed over $6.4 billion since it launched. It's also the fourth most installed app from the App Store, and the seventh most from the Android Store. So, what do you do on Clash of Clans? How do you play? So, you can form a clan with friends or strangers. I've met a lot of people in the game, and I also play with friends from school. And then you basically attack other players, you defend against other players' attacks, and you gain trophies. And trophies are kind of like your levels or how high you are, how good you are. Just to further elaborate on some more objectives of the game, I said earlier you want to gain trophies. Basically, the better players have higher trophies. You also want to gain elixir. Elixir is how you train your armies or your troops. Gold is how you upgrade your defenses. Dark elixir is also another way to upgrade your troops. And then your army, which we'll talk about later. In Clash of Clans, you have your own village, if you will. And within this village, you have certain things that protect you from other people that are attacking you, and then you have things that you use to attack other people, and you want to continue to upgrade these things, and that's kind of the big overall objective of the game. In your village, you have defenses, and when other people attack you, they go against your defenses. So there's different types of defenses. You have air defenses, which attack air troops, mortars, which attack ground troops, but can attack more at once, cannons, which can only attack one ground troop, wizard towers, which are similar to mortars, and archer towers. Now that we've covered the basics of protecting your village, I want to go into what you would see in a typical army, or the types of troops you'll see. So, for starters, everyone sees a barbarian. Barbarians are low damage, low health, they're quick to train, and they're not very useful once you get further along in the game. The second troop you unlock is an archer. And what's special about an archer is they can attack from a distance. And they also have low health and low damage and quick training speed. Most people, once you advance in the game, they won't use a lot of archers, but it's not uncommon to see one or two within a typical attacking army. The next troop you unlock or use is a giant. And what's special about a giant is they have a lot of health. They're super high health. They are slow moving though, and they don't really do much damage. But later in the game, people do still tend to use these. Next, we have the wizard. The wizard does a lot of damage, but it doesn't have a lot of health. It might have an equivalent health to an archer. So typically, you'll see someone use a combination of giants and archers. Maybe they'll put a giant in front of a wizard, so that way the wizard can do a lot of damage while the giant is taking hits. Next, we have the balloon, and what's different about the balloon from the other troops we've previously talked about is it avoids ground defenses, so cannons and mortars won't be able to attack it. The balloon does a lot of damage, but it's very, very, very slow moving and has low health, so it's kind of a trade-off. You have super high damage, but it doesn't move very fast. The next troop we're going to talk about is a dragon, and like a balloon, the dragon avoids ground defenses. It does high damage, not as much as a balloon. It also has high health, but it's also slow moving. Typically, the dragon will be used until the end game. People seem to really like using dragons to attack. One of the fairly newer troops that was added to the game is called the Electro Dragon. This troop moves very, very, very slow, but it shoots a wave of lightning and attacks multiple defenses at once. This troop does a ton of damage and also avoids ground defenses because it's flying. This troop is my personal favorite. It's called the Hog Rider. So people have walls to protect their base, and the Hog Rider, since it's on a pig, it just jumps right over the walls. It has really low health, but does high damage, and it's very fast moving. The next troop is the Golem, and the Golem is kind of similar to the Giant. It has low damage, but it has extremely, extremely high health. It might One Golem might be equivalent to about 6 Giants, but it has really long training time. The Witch is regarded by most people that play Clash of Clans as the best troop in the game. It has low health, does medium damage, and takes a very long time to train. But one of the special things about the Witch is it can spawn numerous skeletons to help in her attacks. So a lot of the times the defenses will target the skeletons instead of attacking the Witch. So the next troop is the Lava Hounds, and the Lava Hound is basically the golem of the air. A lot of the times you'll use the combination of Lava Hounds and balloons, so that way the balloons will be behind the Lava Hound doing tons of damage since they're low health. When the Lava Hound finally dies to the defenses, it explodes into numerous other troops, maybe like 10 to 15. I know I said earlier that Hog Riders were my favorite troop, but Bowlers do come in as a close second for me. They attack multiple defenses at once. They kind of throw rocks, and it kind of works like a bowling ball, hence the name Bowler. They do a lot of damage, and they have medium health. You do have to be pretty far along in the game to unlock and use them, though. The final troop we're going to talk about, although there is a lot more, the last one we're going to talk about is the Ice Golem. So it's very similar to the Golem. It has high health, not as much as a Golem, and it's slow moving. But what's specific to the Ice Golem is whenever it dies to defenses, it freezes. So if you have other troops, it's easier for them to destroy the defenses since they're frozen. So now that we've covered the basics, some of the defenses, what the objectives are of Clash of Clans, a bunch of troops that you can use within the game, I did just want to show you guys what my base looks like. I know this probably won't mean much to any of you guys, but for any of you that do play Clash of Clans, this is what my base looks like. So I just wanted to thank everyone for their time, and thanks for listening, and I look forward to listening to all of yours.